So it was just like one big kind of party on the beach at sunset. So that's, I think, the part that they'll remember the most, to be honest.
Arie and Lauren, how are you guys? It's nice to see your faces.
Good. How are you?
I am good. I'm so excited to talk about Aruba. Tell me about this vow renewal decision and why Aruba.
Well, we were not planning to renew our vows so early, but we heard about the Aruba I Do event and we thought it was really cool and a fun opportunity for us to bring our kids with us and just have fun on the beach celebrating love. So that's what we did. And there were hundreds of couples there. It was such a good time. We got to see couples that had been married for like 60 years to people who had just gotten married earlier that year or this year. And it was just fun to, kind of have a party celebrating love, like I said.
Yeah, it was epic. It was so it was on Eagle Beach, which is picture just the most beautiful beach. I swear that beach is amazing. And the sands were white, and everyone was wearing white, and it was really cool because there was all these really awesome arches, and I don't know, just a real fun event to celebrate love. Our kids were there, so it was just a really cool moment.
You mentioned you weren't sure you were going to renew your vows this early. What were your plans to renew your vows?
Well, I mean, I really want to have an actual vow renewal, probably like at our 10 year maybe, and do like the whole thing with like a new wedding dress and like, like a second wedding or a third wedding, I guess, because we've had two.
This event was awesome because it took away a little bit of the pressure. So there was, so the vow renewal is a group vow renewal. So it wasn't like we were giving each other our own vows. It was just like one generic, which kind of made it nice. It took the pressure off of us. I actually wrote vows, and so did Lauren, but it was orchestrated at the same time. So you're renewing your vows at the same time as hundreds of other couples were. So that made it kind of special.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a very really cool event.
Yeah, it was fun. It was low key. It was just meant as like a big celebration where all of you are there for the same reason, and it was just a really good time. And I loved that our kids were there too. They had the best time. There were like dancers from the island there, and they had these crazy costumes, and Lux was just like enamored with these dancers. He just like could not get over it. It was so fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was going to say, what did the kids understand of what was going on? Are they just like, mommy and daddy are with hundreds of couples saying how much they love each other? Or are they just like, we get to be on the beach? Like, what were they thinking?
I think they were just taking it all in. They were kind of, they love being at the beach. We had to try and keep them from running into the water in their like all white outfits, but they just had a good time. They had the roses. They were like playing with those, and they love to dance. So
I think it was a little too early, or they're a little too young to comprehend what the whole ceremony was about, but I think they just were kind of taken back by the music and the vibe, because after you renew your vows, then the DJ came on and everyone was dancing. So it was just like one big kind of party on the beach at sunset. So that's, I think, the part that they'll remember the most, to be honest.
Yeah.
But everyone had such a good time.
What is traveling with 3 children like? Do you have help? How do you do it?
Well, we were gone for a month, so this time we decided to bring our babysitter with us. So she was there as an extra set of hands, because we're definitely outnumbered with 3 of them, 4 and under. So
yeah,
we had help. But it's people always say it's not a vacation, it's a trip, and it felt like a lot of work, but I feel like the memories are worth it, and it's just so fun to be able to show them new things and expose them to different cultures and stuff like that.
It was super cool because we went from Holland, so they met their great grandmother, and then we went to Aruba, so it was like the Dutch theme and continued on, because obviously Aruba is a Dutch island, and so we just enjoyed the entire trip. Was pretty interesting because it was just like we went from Michigan to Holland to Aruba, so you couldn't pick 3 places that are any more different.
Yeah.
How do you pack for that?
A lot of bags.
Yeah, I mean, we packed as well as we could, but we ended up shopping when we got to different places, because the Netherlands was a lot colder than we expected it to be.
Yeah, it can be like, it's just, you never know what you're going to get there. So I think we traveled with 10 bags? We traveled with 10 bags, and then as the trip went along, we kept shipping stuff home to try to lighten the load a little bit. But yeah, it was challenging, but like Lauren said, it was super fun.
What were other highlights of being in Aruba?
Oh my gosh. What were your favorite things?
I love the whole island. I feel like I don't know why, but we've never really thought about going there before. But once we got there, we're like, this is incredible. We just like absolutely love it here. It was perfect with kids too, because we stayed at the Ritz-Carlton in Aruba. And the ocean there, it's just so shallow, so far out. You can see it's like bright blue water it seems like forever. So Alessi and Lux were able to like walk out and the water's just like up to here. So I didn't really have to stress about them. There's not really many waves there.
Super calm water, shallow water too. So for the kids, it was ideal. I think my favorite thing was seeing Alessi snorkel for the first time because she loves animals. She's like, she's so cute when it comes to animals. So for her to like put the mask on and to swim with Lauren and check out the fish was really, really cool. What's another thing that we really love there?
I personally, we went off-roading a little bit and I thought it was so much fun. We just went like a daddy, mommy, daughter date with Alessi and she was not about it at all. I was like, are you guys sure how you do donuts? It's so cool. And he like started doing them and she's like, stop right now, it's too dusty.
Yeah, she wasn't a fan of that, but we enjoyed it.
Yeah, it ended up being fun. We went down to Baby Beach and there's a really cool restaurant there that has a pool that overlooks the ocean and we fed the seagulls and the whole thing was like, I didn't expect it to be so family oriented, but I felt like it was.
Tons of stuff to do for the kids. We did like a butterfly experience. We went to Phillips Garden, which is really cool.
Yeah, the animal
habitat
garden.
for animals. They even they had kind of everything for the kids.
Yeah, they fed camels. There were monkeys there, all kinds of exotic animals. It was fun.
Yeah, a really good vibe and just a really good family spot.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a stigma in reality TV with vow renewals. On the Housewives franchise, sometimes doesn't always go well. How do you guys you laugh that off? No reality TV curse with the vow renewal.
I didn't even know there was one.
There you go.
I started hearing that when we said that we did our vow renewal. Someone was like, Ashley and JP, I think, did a vow renewal, and they're like, oh no, like now you guys are doomed. I'm like, I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe some couples do one as like a last ditch effort to repair the relationship, but it's not like that for us.
Confirmed.
I think we just love. I mean, we've been married twice now. We've done 2 engagements.
To each other. We've been married twice to each other.
Yeah.
Right.
2, I guess, kind of proposals,
Yeah, I think, honestly, my mentality, at least going into the vow renewal, was like, we got married and it was the most magical day of our lives. We had like all these ideas of what our future was going to be. And then after we had our kids, like things get harder. We go through different trials together. Our relationship's not always perfect. So it's fun to kind of like come back together and be like, hey, we still love each other and we got through all these things together and we're still strong and we have like an amazing future ahead of us. And that was like, that's what that was for us.
Yeah. And I think vows, the vows that you write each other when you first get married are so different. Your life is so different after having kids. So I think the vows change too. And I think it's just a nice way to celebrate your love and also kind of reset your expectations for one another.
Yeah.
Love it. You guys didn't even know about the curse. You're fine. For something we ask all the parents at Us Weekly, what is your biggest parenting challenge lately?
Well, I guess pre-K. we feel like we're in a spot where our kids are more independent and they're easier to manage altogether now. Like they're starting to have like cute relationships together. Alessi likes to help them out and they like to help each other all the time actually. But Alessi has started pre-K this year, so she's doing 3 full days a week. And it's been kind of a hard transition for her. So
I think the transition's harder for Lauren, to be honest. Pulls her out of school early every day. I'm like, she's probably having fun. She's like, no, she'll have more fun over here.
She's like, I just got in the pool, Mom. Like, did you have to pick me up now? But I don't know. It's hard. Like, maybe he's right. I did go in the principal's office and start crying yesterday.
Oh my God. I think Lauren needs more than Alessi, to be honest, but that's okay.
I don't think I'm ready yet for her to go to school.
We just have, we have the whole thought that, she's not in kindergarten yet, so why put her in school for long hours? Because she's going to go to school from from preschool or kindergarten all the way to high school. So
Yeah.
the next 8 years.
Yeah. So that's our biggest struggle right now, I guess.
Oh, yeah. And how do you divide and conquer when it comes to having 3 kids? There's 2 of you. What's your go-to tip for having 3 under 4, as you said, or 4 and under?
We kind of fall into roles. We switch every night. So one night Lauren puts the twins to sleep, and then I put Leslie, and then vice versa. And then we kind of switch on who's cooking dinner, so that one's cooking and one's entertaining the kids. So yeah, I just feel like my biggest piece of advice is to just kind of do things equally.
Yeah.
So if there's no resentment, like one partner doesn't feel like they're doing most of the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's definitely a huge tip. That helps us a lot.
Yeah.
I think we're really good at tag teaming. Like, we both have our own schedules, and we're like, okay, what's your plan today? What's your plan? And we are good at tag teaming and communicating through it, being like, hey, can you be on the kids while I do this? And we just kind of like switch throughout the day.
Well, obviously, Alessi's in school, kind of, when Lauren lets her. But what is the biggest milestone for the twins?
I think just communication.
Yeah.
They're getting better at explaining what they need because they're just beginning to talk a little bit. Alessi would not stop talking when she was 2. She was really, really ahead of where the twins are right now.
Full sentences, conversations with us all the time.
Yeah.
And the babies are like just starting to put words together now.
But it's awesome because now we can understand. We can communicate a little bit better, so it makes a lot less crying. Mm-hmm. Still crying, but less.
I think it's just like such an underrated destination. I think everyone, if they're looking for a really fun family island to go to, then they need to check it out. It's amazing.
Yeah, and if you're on the East Coast, it's such an easy flight. I think that's kind of the thing. Most people we met were from Boston or New York, and I think that they maybe have figured out how beautiful, how amazing Aruba is, but the rest of the country, I think, needs to check it out because it's awesome. So if you want to visit Aruba.com, you'll find more information on Aruba, and you'll love it.